Sisters, today we stand together. Finer women united under a banner of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. Don't ask me who I am, because I am every woman, every dream, and every hope you've ever dared to believe in. But this isn't about me. It's about us. About you. You, the mother lioness guarding her cubs with unmatched strength. You, the queen of your fortress, ruling with grace and purpose. You, the brave scholar, the radiant mind, the one who shines in every room you enter. You, the divine goddess, the one the world has been waiting for, the one who presses forward, breaking barriers with every step. The wait is over. The world has been watching, waiting, praying for women like you. Women who lead, women who rise, women who inspire. The world is your stage, and the skies are within reach. So walk boldly, queens, because we will follow your lead until we all stand on the highest ground. Our founders dared to dream in the face of adversity. Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, Viola Tyler Goings, and Fannie Petty Watts. 5 women with visions so bold, they refused to settle for a social club when the world needed a movement. Their frustration birthed a legacy. And that answer was Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. The first to create auxiliary groups. The first with a national headquarters. The first to go back and charter a chapter in the motherland. Trailblazers, visionaries, finer women. They blocked out the noise of their day to amplify the call to action. A call that echoes through the decades, from 1920 to this moment to us. And now, 105 years later, their legacy rests on us, on you, on me, on every sister whose name we may never know, but whose light continues to shine. This is not just a celebration of what has been, it's a charge to carry the torch forward. So pick up that torch and let it burn brighter than ever. Speak words that uplift and empower. Show up for your community, ready to serve. Support scholarships that change lives, leaving a legacy for the next generation. Celebrate your finer womanhood, not just in what you wear, but in the way you walk, the way you lead, and the way you love. Because Zeta's legacy doesn't just belong to the past, it belongs to the future we're building today. So here's to you, the bold, the confident, the articulate, the beautiful, the trailblazing women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, Incorporated. 105 years of love, service, and sisterhood, and we're just getting started. This is our moment. This is our time. Together we rise. Together we shine and live this legacy. Soror Lexi Allen is a producer, actress, singer, comedian, and television personality. A Midwest soror born in Columbus, Ohio, has a passion for working in the community and carrying the Zeta torch. Graduate of Bowling Green State University in 1989, became a finer woman in Zeta Phi B, where she continues to carry the torch. Across the nation, she continues to host events, and we are excited to have her with us today, Zeta Phi Beta, as we celebrate 100. Help me welcome Soror Lexi Allen.
Welcome, my incredible sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, our esteemed brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Amici and Youth Auxiliaries, and all of our cherished friends and supporters tuning in from across the globe. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, happy Founders Day. Woo! Ah! Today we gather for a momentous occasion. The Global Founders Day celebration of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. It's an absolute honor to celebrate 105 years of scholarship, of service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood with you. This is not just another day. No, this is a milestone. It's an opportunity to reflect on our rich legacy, to reignite our passion for service, and reimagine the impact that we will continue to make in the world 105 years later. Think about that. For over a century, Zeta Phi Beta has been impacting communities near and far, changing lives and paving the way for the next generation of leaders. Our founders, Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, Viola Tyler Goings, and Fannie Petty Watts would be in awe to see how their vision has flourished beyond their wildest dreams. And here we are today, still thriving and still leading, still Zeta strong, living our founders' wildest dreams. So let's take a moment to honor the incredible influence that we've had across various fields: education, technology, business, law, public service, and more. For example, our soror, Dr. Meredith Evans, has the distinction of being the first Black woman to lead a presidential library. That's right. Soror Evans is the director of the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum. So you see, wherever you turn, you'll find a Zeta, leaving a lasting mark and making a meaningful difference. But sorors and friends, this celebration is about more than just reflecting on our journey. It's about embracing the present and preparing for the future with purpose and determination. Life presents us all with moments of uncertainty and growth, but as Zetas, we know how to rise above the obstacles, turn setbacks into comebacks, and remain steadfast in our commitment to making a difference. This is our time to refocus and reignite our passion and continue shaping the world through our principles. This Founders Day, we don't just celebrate Zeta. We celebrate the countless lives we've impacted, the barriers that we've shattered, and the bright future we are creating together. So tonight, we will proudly demonstrate who we are, what Zeta represents, and how we continue to carry the torch of excellence passed down by our founders. As we move forward, we're not just continuing a legacy, but we're building on it, ensuring that Zeta remains a powerful force for good in our communities and beyond. So let's celebrate. Let's celebrate these milestones that we've achieved and the dreams yet to be realized, because together we're unstoppable. And now, without further ado, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce a woman of grace, a woman of wisdom and unwavering faith, a lady of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, please help me welcome Archbishop Mary Palmer. As she often reminds us, we bless God for our foundation and our 5 pearls, after which we will be blessed to have the dynamic word from our international chaplain, Evangelist Taraline Campbell, whose words will undoubtedly inspire us as we move forward and continue this legacy.
Happy Founders Day to my sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and the mighty men, our constitutional brothers of Phi Beta Sigma. Both of you are to be excited about our happy Founders Day. As always, we consider prayer to be essential to how we move, live, and have our being. So let us pray. It is because of your mercies, God, that we are not consumed, and your compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. God, we thank you for how you have kept us, both Zeta for 105 years and our brothers for 111 years, to still be standing strong on the foundation that allows us to even benefit from our founders. We are so grateful, God, that you guided them to this moment way back when, that we are now living and for generations to come. We thank you for your faithfulness of carrying us down through the years and ensuring us that we are doing your good work in our service, in our scholarship, and in our care for the least of these. Now, God, we know that when we are mighty, that the devil comes against us, but we decree and declare that he shall not prevail, that we will continue to do the good work that you have assigned us jointly to do, both independently and together. And that at the end of the day, somebody may be blessed, somebody may be encouraged, and somebody may even be restored. My prayer for each of our sisters and our brothers is that you will fortify us on every weak and leaning side, that you will strengthen us from the within to the without. For we know that greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. And because we know that we serve a God, no matter whom we call, he is there and will always be that guide and force for us to do the work that we are to do. We thank you in advance for what you're going to do in this phenomenal year of 2025. And we know that all things do work together for the good of them who love you and who are called according to your purpose. For all who have a faith, for all who believe in a God, however they call him, we pray that you will shine favor on us and that we will continue to do effectively, tenaciously, and resiliently the assigned work for this moment in time. Now keep us together. Let us not be divided, but united. And we will give you the honor, and we will give you the glory, and we will certainly give you the praise to the one that I call my Savior, Jesus the Christ. Amen, amen, and amen. God bless you.
Happy Founders Day to my so sweet sorors. As we celebrate 105 years of our beloved Zeta, I am so proud of the movement that Zeta has become. As we say, it only took 5, and look at us now. Sorors, I was taught that Founders Day should have the founders as the primary focus. And so with that in mind, I ask that we consider tonight the hurdles that 5 college students overcame to grow our beloved Zeta. After leaving Howard's campus, they went on into a nation that was steeped in Jim Crow and sexism, and they expanded this wonderful organization. History records that they wanted to do more than develop relationships amongst college students, but our founders sought to blaze paths in communities that would best benefit from Zeta's services. Therefore, initial expansion of Zeta took place at HBCUs and in the South. I don't know about you, but I so appreciate our founders' vision and foresight. Our beloved founders have cemented their legacy. It's rich. It's amazing. Many sorors who came after them have also helped to establish much of what we enjoy today. They left us something, and not just any old thing. They left us a Zeta of value. And I believe that they are smiling down upon us tonight as we embrace the extraordinary power of she. And so, considering our theme that the legacy continues, I ask you tonight, how do we collectively continue Zeta's legacy? Legacy is something that's been received from an ancestor or a predecessor. Legacy, the lasting impact of actions and events. Legacy will remain long after we are gone. 105 years in, it's appropriate for each of us to do some self-reflection and ask ourselves, what will my legacy be as a member of Zeta? How will you contribute to Zeta's legacy? Will you be remembered as one who rocks your colors and your pearls? Or what will your impact be? What are you doing to ensure that Zeta continues to be known as a force of amazingly driven women, finer women who serve and advocate for others? I offer a few things for you to consider as you answer the legacy question. Number 1, light. Continue, soror, to let your Zeta light shine. Let's ensure that the best of Zeta is shown. The work that we do in the U.S. and abroad is vital, and it needs to be seen. Let the work of sorors fighting breast cancer in Liberia, supporting homelessness in Trinidad, or advocating for democracy and giving scholarships here in the United States, our good works, let them illuminate this increasingly dark world. Be the light of Zeta that once captivated you. Light. Second thing, love.
As an old school, self-professed old school hip hop lover, I love the movie Brown Sugar. One of my favorite scenes of that movie is when Sid is asked, tell me when you first fell in love with hip hop. And so, Soror, I ask you in those similar words, tell me, when did you first fall in love with Zeta? What was it about Zeta that made you commit yourself to her? Why did you fall in love with Zeta? In other words, remember and reevaluate your why and let it guide you on your journey. May your why, your love embolden you as you walk out your personal legacy. And thirdly, lift. Our founders were lifters. They saw gaps and they filled them. Founder Arizona Cleaver Stemmons said, give the world the best that you have. Zetas, we take up that admonishment. We have lifted others through good and bad. We have lifted the marginalized and we have lifted the forgotten through our advocacy work. And most of all, we have lifted each other as sisters. Yes, it's all right to testify even on Founders Day. A soror has lifted you at some point of your Zeta journey. Can I get a witness? The times in which we live call for us to stick together, to center ourselves, and yes, to support each other. Our legacies will continue as our personal Zeta light illuminates the world. We will remember our why and why we first came to love Zeta and allow that to propel us forward. And as we lift others and at times ourselves, our legacies will be cemented. In the spirit of honoring the faith of our beloved founders, we also want to take time to thank God for birthing the women who gave birth to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And with that, I close with this proclamation. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace as you continue to be a torchbearer of this wonderful Zeta legacy.
My name is Aubriana, and I am Zeta.
Greetings, my oh sweet Sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. My name is Cindy Drakeford, and I am honored to serve as your International Director of Observances. I want to wish each and every one of you a happy 105th Founders Day as we continue the legacy of our visionary founders. Happy Founders Day, Sorors.
My name is Soror Retta Washington McCoy, and I am the proud and fervent Regional Director for the mighty Southern Region. For more than 95 years, Zeta has continued a legacy of leadership in the mighty Southern Region, where we are home to 4 past International Grand Bacilli. Triumphant past Grand Bacillus Lulelia Walker Harrison, our 12th International Grand Bacillus. Triumphant past Grand Bacillus Isabel Herson, who is our 16th International Grand Bacillus. Dr. Barbara West Carpenter, our 21st International Grand Bacillus, and Mary Brode Wright, who is our 24th International Grand Bacillus. We are also proud to say that we are home to 9 living past regional directors who are all in good standing and very actively involved and engaged in ensuring that the mighty Southern Region continues to blaze new paths, much like our first regional director, triumphant soror Roberta Bell Sims. The mighty Southern Region has many firsts. One that we recently celebrated is Theta Chapter. Chartered in 1923, Theta Chapter is the first chapter south of the Mason-Dixon line and the first chapter in our region to reach its centennial. Embracing the extraordinary power of she, the Zeta legacy continues through programming that promotes helping others excel through advocacy. Programming such as the West Texas Empowerment Engagement Summit featuring Black women in politics, the East Texas Public Forum discussion, Reclaiming the Vote, and unmasking the truth behind social, health, and economic justice. The Louisiana focus on mental health awareness and screening, and the Southern Regional Health Justice Town Hall. We are also proud to note that the Southern region is home to Louisiana State Senator Regina Barrow, Louisiana State Representative Dr. Barbara West Carpenter, and the newly installed Texas State Representative Aisha Davis, who is the first member of the Blue and White family to serve in the Texas legislature. So as we reflect on our remarkable journey, let's honor the vision and determination of our five pearls as we celebrate 105 years of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. Happy Founders Day, my sorors.
Hello and happy Founders Day. My name is Gina Meredith Esquire, and I am proud to serve as your International First Vice President. In honor of our five fearless founders, I'd like to share that to me, Finer means collaborating with my sorors to provide first-class service. As Finer women, we do God's work, staying true to the vision of the founders while evolving to meet the challenges of today's world.
Greetings, my sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I am your 31st International Chair of the Board of Directors, Dr. Denisha L. Hendricks. Happy Founders Day, my sisters. Happy 105. You know, our theme this year is The Legacy Continues. And as I really sat back to think about, man, what does that mean? And I thought about, to continue someone's legacy is really the act of preserving and honoring and building upon the values and achievements and all of the contributions that our founders that they laid for us. And then all of the Zetas who have come before us, we are standing on their shoulders. And this can really involve various things: the preservation of values, our principles, scholarship, service, sisterhood, finer womanhood. We keep those before us as we continue the work through our Z-Hope programs and all of those things, as we work on ourselves through Zoe. And we do things with the March of Dimes and St. Jude and all of the other initiatives that have started long before we were here, right? And then, of course, we share the story. We want people to know that this Zeta light is the best light that you could ever see. We want to inspire generations, future generations, because we want this thing to continue, this good thing. And then, of course, you know what? We are serious innovators because we always are creating new opportunities and folks try to take them. Go figure. But I tell you what, we continue as Zetas to innovate, and we truly, truly do. Y'all know I'm an athletic person. We change the game and we do it all the time, and we do it so, so very well. So, Sorors, continue to be the person that later on, when we're all gone, people are going to look back, and future Zetas will look back and say, hey, let's keep it going, just like they did when we turned 105. This can be a very deeply personal endeavor. So, hey, let's keep that sense of gratitude, respect, and our commitment to a shared vision. Keep doing it and don't stop. Happy 105, my sisters. Love you much. Take care.
Special thanks to Dr. Denisha Hendricks, chair of our board of directors, for her support and dedication to Zeta. It all began on a chilly January 16th, 1920, on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. I know you've heard this story before. Well, you're going to hear it again. That day, a bold vision came to life as Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated was officially organized. The sorority's first chapter, our Alpha chapter, was chartered with a mission unlike any other. It became the first and only Greek-lettered organization constitutionally bound to a fraternity, our dear brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. This unique and historic bond set the foundation for a legacy of collaboration, empowerment, and excellence that continues to thrive today. Now let us honor our roots and celebrate our foundation by introducing the distinguished Alpha chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, hailing from the historic grounds of Howard University. Following this, it is my privilege to present Soror Nicole Hart, the president of the Alpha Zeta chapter in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's show them both our appreciation and warm welcome.
I said my sorors. Yeah. You looking good today. Well, a Zeta lady looks good every day. Z-Phi. Greetings from the quintessential Alpha chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
We are so excited to celebrate the legacy our founders created.
Where it all began.
At Howard University
105 years ago.
Happy Founders Day, Sorors, from Alpha Zeta Chapter, the first graduate chapter in all of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, serving the greater Baltimore metropolitan area. Home of triumphant founder Myrtle Tyler Faithful, home of triumphant soror Nellie Buchanan, and home of triumphant soror Mary E. Fields. Happy Founders Day, Sorors.
I am Elizabeth McNeil McCoy. I am Zeta. I have been serving Zeta for 66 years. I became a member at Benedict College, Columbia, South Carolina, Kappa Beta chapter.
Greetings, Sorors. I am Judge Beverly Tatham, Regional Director of the awesome, amazing, astounding, and trendsetting Atlantic region. From the shores of New Hampshire to the bustling streets of Greater London, our region spans across continents, united by a shared mission that transcends barriers and unites women of purpose to uplift their communities. On this Founders Day, I am reminded of the enduring legacy of leadership that resides within the Atlantic region. This legacy traces back to three of our visionary founders: triumphant founder Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, triumphant founder Myrtle Tyler Faithful, and triumphant founder Fannie Petty Watts. Their legacy was advanced by 10 remarkable women from our region who have held the esteemed position of International Grand Basilisk, including our current International Grand Basilisk and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant. Each of these exceptional leaders have been instrumental in shaping and guiding Zeta through times of challenge and triumph. Today, we celebrate 105 years of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, a legacy born from the hope, courage, and determination of our five pearls. Our founders dared to dream boldly and inspire us to lead with purpose. Their irrepressible perseverance and unwavering faith laid a foundation for a movement that continues to transform our leadership to tackle the injustices of our time. The Atlantic region honors their legacy by embracing the extraordinary power of she, advocating for social, health, and economic justice. In the Atlantic region, we have amplified this legacy with region-wide initiatives like National Voter Registration Day, civic engagement, and voter mobilization to ensure every voice is heard and every vote counts. We have championed health equity by advocating for legislative action on Black maternal health and wellness, birth equity, and breast cancer screening accessibility, while lending our philanthropic dollars to impactful charities like March for Babies, St. Jude, and Women's Veterans Rock. As we recommit to raising awareness and education around the preservation of generational wealth to build sustainable communities, we affirm that our legacy is a living call to action. The impact of our region is felt far and wide in our unity, passion, and commitment to lifting others as we climb. Through every program, partnership, and active service, we, the Atlantic region, honor the hopes and dreams of our 5 pearls, and ensure their legacy continues. As we celebrate this incredible milestone, let us continue to walk boldly into the future, living out the values of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood as envisioned by our founders. Happy Founders Day, Sorors.
My name is Shelby Woodland, and I am living my founders' wildest dreams.
Our sorority takes pride in cultivating and nurturing meaningful partnerships with a diverse range of organizations, each playing a vital role in advancing our community-conscious, action-oriented organization. From our work with U.S. Fish and Wildlife, we focus on preserving our environment, educating communities about conservation, and ensuring that future generations can enjoy and sustain the natural world. Through our collaboration with the National Council of Negro Women, we uplift and empower women, advocating for education, economic stability, and social justice. Together, we're making strides in addressing the issues that matter most in our communities. With Black Voters Matter, we emphasize the importance of civic engagement, voter education, and ensuring that every voice is heard at the ballot box. This partnership reflects our commitment to justice, to equality, and the power of collective action. Our longstanding support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, it exemplifies our dedication to fighting pediatric cancers and sickle cell disease, providing hope to children and their families through groundbreaking research and compassionate care. These partnerships, among others, reflect the breadth and depth of Zeta Phi Beta's commitment to making a difference. Each organization helps us fulfill our promise to serve, to empower, and to uplift in meaningful ways. Now let's take a moment to hear from some of these incredible partners who walk alongside of us in this mission.
To my Sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, we as part of the leadership team of Zeta are here at St. Jude in Memphis, and we've done a tour of the facility. We've spoken with a lot of the staff and the other volunteers, and we really think it is our responsibility to go back to our communities and do what we can to really make a difference in terms of saving lives and advancing research for children with cancer.
When Jaleese was 3 years old, she was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, which is a form of brain cancer. The standing surgeon referred us to St. Jude, and I will say our lives changed immensely. She went through radiation first, and then we went through 4 rounds of chemotherapy. And today I am proud to announce that Jaleese has been cancer-free since her last chemotherapy treatment, April of 2012, but she was officially placed in remission September of 2016. The greatest part of this is I can sit here and tell you that we did not pay 1 red cent for anything. And that is in part to the contributions that contributors like yourself are making to St. Jude. It allowed me to just focus on my daughter and her healing. To my sorors, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, thank you so much for your contributions, whether it's monetary or through volunteering. You don't know how much you've helped not only my daughter, but kids in similar situations as my child. And you make me so proud to be a finer woman. Thank you, ladies.
Happy Founders Day to the finer women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. This Delta girl is giving you some blue love. I'm in blue just for you. Since your founding, my Zeta sisters, in 1920, the women of Zeta have exemplified scholarship, service, yes, and finer womanhood. Our partnership with NCNW and Zeta Phi Beta is rooted in our shared mission to uplift Black women and our communities. Together, we've advocated on the Hill. we have partnered on our 61st National Convention, where your Madam Grand, Stacey NC Grant, served as our convention co-chair. From NCNW to you, we want to wish you a wonderful Founders Day. And I have to say this, after 105 years of excellence in service, we know that NCNW and Zeta Phi Beta are connected for life. Special love and shout out to your Madam Grand, Stacey NC Grant. And I've got some family members who are proud Zetas. Dawn Williams McBean, I love you. And yes, to the Towns family, Karen and Jasmine and Nana, I love you from this red to your blue. And to all the past grands and all the leadership that I've worked with over the years. To my Zeta sisters, you are finer women. I love you. NCNW loves you. And I believe that our sisterhood is forever. God bless you. Happy 105th.
Greetings, Sorors and friends. I am Karen Boykin Towns, Vice Chair of the NAACP National Board of Directors and a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. It is an absolute honor to be part of this celebration of 105 years of our beloved sisterhood, a sisterhood built on the timeless principles of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. These values continue to guide us as we serve our communities each and every day with purpose, grace, and excellence. As a member of both Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and the NAACP, I see the power of collaboration and shared vision. Together, we have driven for equity and justice. We have fought for systemic change, and we have worked tirelessly to uplift our community. These values are that which our founders envisioned, and we work to carry it forward each and every day. On behalf of the NAACP, we wish Zetas everywhere a joyous Founders Day. Let's continue to represent what it means to be finer and inspire others to join us on this journey of service and sisterhood. Happy Founders Day, Sorors. Let's continue to pursue everything we do with excellence.
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated is truly proud of our collective efforts even during the last election cycle of 2024, mobilizing our communities, educating them, and registering them to be able to participate in our civic process. And it's not just the presidential election that's important, it's also understanding all the off-cycle elections, what happens on the down ballot, who you are electing to your school boards and local government. So the work continues, it doesn't stop. And we are proud to continue our efforts with our members of the Divine Nine. As we are stronger together, this is how we transform communities, because they have credible messengers that can assist them in advocating for what they need to truly experience the American dream.
My mother and I were friends with a person by the name of Althea Cornish. Her husband was in charge of the Morgan Christian Center. And during my junior and senior high school years, she began asking me what did I want to do and all of that sort of thing, and where was I going to college, and began talking to me about something called a sorority. And so what it boiled down to is that by the time I was ready to be graduated and to enter Morgan State University, I already knew something about this thing called a sorority and something called a fraternity, and how Zeta was related to an organization called Sigma. So that's how I began. And so that in October of 1947, I was inducted into Gamma Chapter, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority. And actually, it was not, I didn't have the money to join, and it was Alpha Zeta Chapter through the late Althea Cornish that paid my induction fee. So I feel a real loyalty to Alpha Zeta Chapter. I was president of my chapter and president of the Panhandle Council, and had a real good relationship with the Sigmas. And that was exciting, of course, as a child at my age, boys was very important. So having an involvement with the boys, quote and unquote, of the Sigma was very important. That was fun. I think my greatest indication of duty was the serving as the coordinator, along with the late Merlene Adair as co-coordinator in the conceptualization, development, building, and beginning of this center. This, I think, was my greatest opportunity to serve. The project took 10 years, but between Merlene Adair and I, we were determined, and it was a labor of love for 10 years. So finally we got it done. As of 2009, we began opening the center, and we established a program activity plan for the use of the center. To me, the power of she means that we continue to serve as a global service organization, an organization that focuses on helping your sister and helping your brother. We are a major advocacy organization, that it's important to reach out and just take a hand and lead that hand along the way. And you don't have to be big or important, but just willing to serve. And if you're willing to serve, then you can be a significant part of she. It is important, it is good to be an important Zeta, but it's more important to be a nice Zeta, a Zeta who serves for the reason and not for the season. I would agree that being a constant learner is a better life. Never think that you know it all, but if you are a constant learner, then I think that is the way to go. That would be what I would consider scholarship, being a learner.
Zeta train is up, slowly pushing, gotta keep on moving.
Membership is the lifeblood of our beloved organization. Without dedicated members, the torch of Zeta would not continue to illuminate. It is through our collective efforts that the legacy of our founders live on, inspiring future generations to build upon the foundation that they laid over a century ago. The same unwavering determination, the same passion and energy that our founders embodied in 1920 remains alive in us today. Our members represent a global sisterhood that spans continents, from the east to the west, across the United States and Africa, Europe, and beyond. This international reach is a testament to the enduring strength, unity, and transformative impact of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We'll take a closer look at Zeta's incredible international presence and the powerful legacy being upheld by our sorors worldwide.
Aquaba, happy 105th Founders Day from the gracious ladies of the Gamma Alpha Sigma Zeta chapter, affectionately known as the Ghana Zetas of Ghana, West Africa. Medase.
Konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo. My name is Soror Kimberly Kambea, and I'm the Asia Pacific State Director, covering South Korea, Tokyo, and Okinawa, Japan.
Happy 105th Founders Day from Phi Eta Zeta, Tokyo, mainland Japan.
Konnichiwa. Happy Founders Day from the ladies of Omega Theta Zeta chapter in Okinawa, Japan.
Happy 105th Founders Day to the amazing, beautiful women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
From the beautiful islands of Nassau, Bahamas, we wish you
a happy 105th Founders Day.
Founders Day from the Mu Theta Zeta chapter, Germany.
Happy 105th Founders Day to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated from Epsilon Alpha Beta Zeta chapter in Eleuthera, Bahamas.
Happy 105th Founder Day from Delta, Iota, Zeta chapter, Iberia, West Africa.
Happy 105th Founders Day from St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands.
Happy 105th Founders Day from the beautiful Sorors in the Virgin Islands. St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Tortola, British Virgin Islands.
Happy 105th Founders Day from the Rho Epsilon chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated from Nassau, Bahamas.
But 50 years ago, on Howard University campus, as a number of us strolled up and down the long walk and around the reservoir, Brother A. Langston Taylor thought of the fact that they'd like to have a sister organization at their conclave. And so we say that he fathered the thought, and Brother Charles Robert Taylor served as the inspiration. And we were born on Howard campus with the 5 of us on January the 16th. After a lot of work went into it, it didn't all arrive on January the 16th. But we walked upon Howard University campus, proud of our insignia of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, being the first sorority to be organized as a sister organization to a Greek fraternity. We are actually sisters and brothers.
Brother Taylor visited Minor Hall often for the purpose of seeing one of our pearls, Sorors, Arizona, the Howard University. And we had a large parlor in which time the girls had their social calls. Sorors, Arizona came to my room after giving me the facts as they had discussed them. She asked what I thought of the idea. Somehow I always felt that there should be another sorority, that it would make the seals closer together. So Brother Charles' idea was that this new sorority would be a sister to the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. He had the idea that our constitution would be alike in part, and that we would be the first national sister brother Greek organization.
And as one of your founders, I will say I'm so thankful to be one of the 5 who are here today on our 50th anniversary. And as we grow in years, may we continue to grow in numbers and in prestige, so that others may recognize us not only by our name, but by the fine qualities for which we stand.
In 1920, there might have been just one Tyler sister when Arizona asked us to
joined the organization, Myrtle and I took a walk around the reservoir to decide which one would be, because we were too poor for both of us to become Zetas. So I asked her, since she was a few months younger than I was, that for her to go on. And she wouldn't listen to that. And she said, well, both of us. So that's the reason we kind of sacrificed what little money we had. And that's why we were those Zetas. Thank you.
Tell you so very much about the beginning, because I'm the baby. Now, I do remember asking Arizona, she asked me would I join this sorority. Now, really, to tell you the truth, I didn't know the meaning of the word sorority. And I said it really would be a good idea to join this society, because when she told me one of its aims was service. And before I came to Howard University, my parents always did charitable work. So I said, well, now this is good. I want to do something. And I've always had in my heart to do something for other people, even though we were poor. And so I consented to join. And all of the original plans have been made. I just joined.
Greetings and happy Founders Day. I'm Amelia Burchett, Regional Director of the Electrifying Eastern Region. I excitedly greet you on behalf of the Zeta family of the District of Columbia, North Carolina, the Commonwealth of Virginia, West Virginia, and our international chapter in the United Arab Emirates. Here in the Eastern region, where it all began, the Zeta legacy continues. As the Women Veterans Rock model region, the Eastern region is proud to raise awareness about the mental health of those who have served our country through our Zetas and Amici Got Your Six campaign. The Eastern region will reflect upon our extraordinary 80-year legacy during our 2025 Leadership Conference and our third Eastern Region She Justice Town Hall, amplifying issues of social justice, health justice, and economic justice. We are learning, leading, and blazing new paths, and the legacy continues. On this 105th Founders Day, the Electrifying Eastern Region proudly welcomes home one of our own, an initiate of Sigma chapter at Livingstone College in Salisbury, North Carolina, legacy daughter of the 12th Eastern Regional Director, triumphant soror Vera Moore Jones, and the 20th past international president of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Dr. Jilla Tiart. Congratulations, past Grand Tiart, and welcome home. Happy Founders Day from the Electrifying Eastern Region, where the legacy continues. Torches up.
A Zeta woman is a woman of talent, grace, and excellence. You better know. Today, as we honor our rich legacy, we also take a moment to celebrate the incredible talents that we have within our sisterhood. We are thrilled to spotlight one of our own, the phenomenal soror Ann Nesby. As a two-time Grammy Award winner and a celebrated vocalist, the girl can sing, soror Ann has graced stages around the world with her electrifying performances and timeless artistry. She's known for her dynamic voice and heartfelt delivery. She continues to uplift and inspire audiences through her music. It is with immense pride and joy that we introduce this remarkable soror. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the one and the only soror Ann Nesby. Zeta is a sisterhood that thrives on collaboration with excellence and in legacy. One of the most cherished relationships in our journey has been with our auxiliary, the Zeta Amici, who have stood side by side with us, championing the cause of service and scholarship, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. The Zeta Amici Auxiliary has been an unwavering force in extending Zeta's impact. Composed of dynamic and professional women, they exemplify the true meaning of community engagement, providing proactive and positive contributions to both national and international service initiatives. Their steadfast belief in Zeta's principles has strengthened our shared mission and enriched our global reach. You better believe it. Now this year, we proudly celebrate 77 years of friendship and partnership with Zeta Amici. Let's honor their dedication, love, and commitment. We are also thrilled to introduce our new executive director, a transformative leader who will guide the day-to-day operations of our organization, ensuring Zeta's continued growth and success. We will also be graced with greetings from the phenomenal Dr. Angela Y. Foster, whose words of inspiration and vision will set the tone for this monumental occasion. Let's embrace this legacy.
I am Portia Henderson. I am the current Zeta Amici president of Greenwood, South Carolina. What I'll be sharing with you today is a shared legacy of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and Zeta Amici. Birthed in a time of strength and strife, a beacon of hope, a guiding light. In 1920, a spark took flight. 5 women rose to shape a life. Zeta Phi Beta, bold and true, a legacy forged the world it knew. Sisterhood's bond, steadfast and bright, service and love, a guiding light. A finer womanhood, a noble creed, empowering others through word and deed. Scholars and leaders, they pave the way. A legacy growing brighter each day. And by their side, a circle extends. Zeta Amici, their cherished friends. Not bound by letters, but by shared goals. A union of hearts, of purpose, of souls. Together they walk hand in hand, building hope in every land. Amici, loyal, with grace they stand, guided by love, a legacy planned. The power of Zeta, the strength of Amici, a story of unity, hope, and decree. Together they rise, together they lead, fulfilling a mission, sowing the seed. Through time eternal, their voice ring of sisterhood, friendship, and all they bring. Zeta and Amici, a bond so true, a legacy thriving, forever renewed.
Greetings. My name is Dr. Angela Foster, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as your executive director. I'm here at 1734 New Hampshire Avenue, your home. From the IHQ team to you, I want to say Happy Founders Day. It is our honor to serve with you all and support you all as you continue to exemplify the principles of our beloved sisterhood. We are so excited to continue on this journey with you and look forward to continuing to embrace the extraordinary with you, but also transcend the extraordinary. Happy Founders Day, Sorors.
My name is Maya, and I am Zeta.
I am Keisha D. Smith, Great Lakes Regional Director and Chair of the Regional Directors. The Greater Great Lakes region encompasses Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. The Zeta legacy continues in the Greater Great Lakes region because 2 of the 5 founders hail from our region. Triumphant founder Myrtle Tyler Faithful and triumphant founder Viola Tyler Goins, along with their descendants, Winona Kidd, Kyra Hardiman, and Deborah Hill. The Great Lakes region had an extraordinary opportunity to host the greatest grand boule in Zeta Phi Beta's history in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we are grateful for it. We continue to elevate the bond with our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated in the most unique and phenomenal way. We collaborate with our Sigma brothers through regional webinars and state leadership conferences to ensure that our bond continues to be stronger than ever. The Zeta legacy continues in the Greater Great Lakes region because we have chartered, reactivated, reinstated, and expanded 17 chapters and Amici auxiliaries while supporting the Z-Hope programming, mental health awareness, St. Jude, March for Babies, youth affiliates engagement, autism, social action, and regional Amici Thoughtful Thursday webinars that focus on self-care and mental health awareness, as well as being amazing and outstanding leaders. Please know that the extraordinary power of She is covered in all of these aspects, and we support this programmatic thrust. During the 89th Great Lakes Region Leadership Conference in Louisville, Kentucky, we delivered an outstanding regional community service baby shower by donating free baby products to the community. We provided a special tribute and memorial dedication to our soror, Alberta Odell Jones, through a historical marker and bench within a beautiful park named in her honor. The Great Lakes region awarded 6 regional scholarships that included the inaugural Alberta Odell Jones and the inaugural Arcanet Scholarship in order to support our youth through academic scholarship efforts. It is at that time that we also donated to Zeta's affiliate, the National Educational Foundation. Our regional extraordinary power of She Z-Hope service projects encompass our regional membership, inclusive of our life members, our Amici, and our youth affiliates, to where our actions resulted in effective service and donations with significant community organizations to further support the needs of the community. Our 5 pearls were instrumental in laying the foundation of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and final womanhood for Zeta Phi Beta. And 105 years later, we are better for it. Happy Founders Day to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Let me take you on a journey back in time. A story of vision, love, and the birth of a legacy. In the early 20th century, on the vibrant campus of Howard University, a young man named Charles Robert Samuel Taylor, a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, founded on January 9th, 1914, he dreamed of something extraordinary. He envisioned a sisterhood, a complementary organization that would inspire, uplift, and be impactful. Charles met with his sweetheart, founder Arizona L. Cleaver, a fellow Howard student. He shared his dream with her one evening as they strolled along the peaceful reservoir. With the moonlight casting its glow, Charles spoke with passion about creating a community of finer and stronger women that would make all men proud. I like that. Arizona's heart caught fire with the same vision. She wasn't just listening, she was inspired. She quickly shared this dream, now her dream, with her friend, Pearl and Anil. Now together they expanded the circle, bringing in 3 more brilliant and determined women. These 5 pioneers, Arizona Cleaver, Pearl and Anil, Myrtle Tyler, Viola Tyler, and Fanny Petty, they laid the foundation of something remarkable. Together, they just didn't create a sorority, they built a legacy. They birthed the nation of sisterhood, service, scholarship, and finer womanhood. Meanwhile, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity founder A. Langston Taylor joined Charles in rallying support from Sigma men across the nation. Their combined efforts forged a bond between brothers and sisters that remains unbreakable to this day. Finally, on a historic Friday, January 16th, 1920, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority was officially established on the campus of Howard University, becoming the Alpha chapter. The synergy between Sigma brother Charles Taylor, founder A. Langston Taylor, and the founders of Zeta, it sparked a movement that continues to ignite generations. Today, we honor the unity, the vision, and determination that gave life to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And now, it is my privilege to introduce a man who carries forward the torch of brotherhood and excellence, the president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, the Honorable Chris V. Ray, Esquire.
Greetings to my sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. As you pause today to celebrate 105 years of service to the world, I have no doubt you will do it with class, style, and be oh so finer, like a Zeta woman should. On behalf of the International General Board and all Sigma men worldwide, we salute you today. While there will be others who will attempt to duplicate the extraordinary bond of the blue and white family, we know there is only one true brother and sister organization of the Divine Nine. The men of Sigma, from the very beginning, have had your back. And like any good big brother, we always will. Our combined work by our many chapters around the world has been felt in the communities that they serve. Our founders understood that the challenges and opportunities of our communities cannot be solved by men or women alone, but by our collective power. As I celebrate with you today, it will be my last time addressing you as International President during your Founders Day. It has been the honor of my life to let the world know that we have a bond like no other. My journey as International President has only been made sweeter by serving with my sister in leadership, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant. Together, we truly have believed in the extraordinary of what is possible when our chapters come together to serve our communities. It is my greatest hope that each of you, that you remember this era in our history and that we never turn away from one another, but find ways to amplify our collective power and continue to work together to make our communities stronger. Again, my sisters, happy Founders Day. Your brothers love you. Bye-bye.
Well, my mother is a Zeta, Sarah Felton Bivens. And not only is she a Zeta, she is to me the true embodiment of Zeta. I heard, and then I followed up and read in an archon in 1960, the Southeastern region in the Savannah chapter, they reported that Sarah Bivens was expecting a future Zeta. And that was me. So that was my first introduction to Zeta. I've been around Zetas since day one. And to that end, when I was probably 8 and 9, was working at the Stork's Nest when Mom would go in and work at the Stork's Nest for A Zeta Zeta chapter in Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out to Kansas City. And from there became an Arcanet. And before that, my sister was a Zetalite, which turned into Arcanets when they officially adopted the name Arcanet across the board in Zetadom. So Cheryl A.B. Christie was a Zeta-lite. I went to their events. She became their president. I became an Arcanet 4 years later. I became their president. I became the Midwestern region president with an election. And then I was Miss Arcanet, Miss Midwestern region Arcanet. So that was how I was introduced into Zeta. My mother's a Zeta. And so that would make her the seed for our legacy. There's 7 of us. There's my mother, who became a Zeta in 1950 at Tuskegee Institute, Theta Beta chapter, shout out Theta Beta. The second was my sister, who became a Zeta, Tuskegee Institute, Theta Beta chapter, shout out to Theta Beta again, in 1975. And then I became a Zeta in 1979, where Tuskegee Institute, Theta Beta chapter. So we were the first 3. Then my mother's sister, my aunt, Patricia Felton, became a Zeta out of Tuskegee, Alabama, in the graduate chapter. And then her daughter, Canesta Felton, also became a Zeta, Tuskegee. We also have my second cousin, who is triumphant now, died at a very young age in her 20s, Melanie Anderson. And then the baby of the group, my niece, my sister's daughter, Angela MC Cousin, became a Zeta at FAMU. And that right now are all 7 of us. And all of that was inspired by Sarah Bivens.
How exciting it is to be able to know that as women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, we are torchbearers of a legacy of 5 courageous college co-eds who understood on January 16th, 1920, what it meant to speak out against the societal ills of the day, to speak up for communities who needed their advocacy and their voice while they were still matriculating in school. And here we are 105 years later, carrying out their vision, standing in this seat of being the 26th woman to lead our organization forward is such an honor. But what excites me the most is that we're expanding their work because the legacy continues as the women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, our Amici, our youth auxiliaries, our Zeta Male Network, and always working in partnership with our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, get to continue to transform communities all over the globe by embracing the extraordinary power of she, advocating for social justice, health justice, and economic justice globally.
Greetings, my name is Danae Johnson, and I am the Regional Director of the magnificent Midwestern region. I invite you to join us in honoring the incredible journey of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated as we celebrate over a century of impactful scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. As we come together to celebrate the 105th Founders Day, let us pause and reflect on the profound legacy entrusted to us by our 5 pearls. From that historic moment, on January 16, 1920, Zeta Phi Beta has stood as a beacon of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood, illuminating the path for countless women and communities. In the magnificent Midwestern region, we carry this torch with pride and purpose. From our dedicated Sorors to our beloved Zeta Amici, together we exemplify the bold vision of our founders through impactful service, unwavering sisterhood, and the pursuit of excellence. Whether through our tireless community work, supporting education, or advocating for equity, we embody the spirit of Zeta in all that we do. Today, let us honor our past while recommitting to building a brighter future. Let us continue to support one another, uplift our communities, mentor new members, and shine as the exemplars of finer womanhood. As we celebrate this milestone, know that each of you is a vital part of this enduring legacy. Here's to 105 years of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood, and to the magnificent Midwestern region where Zeta thrives. Continue to embrace the extraordinary while amplifying the power of she. Happy Founders Day.
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority is not just an organization, it's a movement. It's a force and a legacy. At our very core lies a deep, unwavering commitment, a desire to provide true service that transforms lives, that embraces scholarship, that uplifts and inspires, to set a standard for sisterly love that binds us all together, and to embody the noble concept of finer womanhood that defines who we are. These ideals envisioned by our founders have stood the test of time, sustaining the inspiring Zetas across the globe to hold fast to this vision of excellence. With every step forward, we honor their legacy, and with every act, we reaffirm our commitment to being a pillar of change. Now, it is my honor and privilege to introduce someone who exemplifies these ideals with passion and purpose. Please help me give a warm welcome to our international second vice president, the incredible Kayla Clark.
Happy Founders Day, Sorors. 105 years ago, on a finer Friday, in the heart of Washington, D.C., on the campus of Howard University, our 5 founders, driven by vision and purpose, established an illustrious organization, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. They blazed past to establish lasting legacies. Certainly the theme for our celebration today. The legacy continues, which resonates deeply with me for a theme that inspired my own journey. I am Kayla Clark, International Second Vice President, Spring 2020 Initiate, and a proud third-generation legacy Zeta. The legacy of Zeta in my family begun spring 1967 with my grandmother, a charter member of her undergraduate chapter, followed by my mother and my aunt. Growing up surrounded by impactful Zeta leaders, I was blessed with the constant example of our second principle, service, modeled by the people I do admire most. Their embodiment of finer womanhood ignited a fire in me to serve and lead with purpose. My mother served on the first International Undergraduate Committee under the 26th International President, Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, when she was International Third Vice President, and I witnessed her commitment to Zeta throughout the years. She continues to serve today, and her dedication has been a guiding light for me. I knew that as I grew, I wanted to carry this legacy to make my name synonymous with the devotion to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. My journey in Zeta is just not one of personal growth, but one deeply rooted in service. I was honored to be a member of all 3 youth auxiliaries, where I served as president for both Amiquettes and Arcanettes. As I approach 5 years in this sisterhood, I've held numerous leadership roles, from undergraduate chapter president to current international second vice president. Along the way, I've served on numerous committees on the local, state, and national levels, continuously striving to hold upon the legacy set before me. However, you don't need to be in a legacy by blood to have a legacy. Remember, it starts with you, and you have the power to create your legacy for your family. Set the standard, be the finer woman you aspire to be. Let your service and leadership be the foundation upon which others will build. As we celebrate Founders Day, let's honor the vision of our 5 pearls, who laid the path we walk today. Let us continue to build a legacy that will inspire the generations to come.
That I step in the game that I rep. Went to Solomon, I out the 10 for 600 on all I net. Paid it full like Mitch. Really happy. Got up that stuff, started rapping, and 6 months later I'm rich. No, I'm a stepper, I step with some elegance. I'm with some fellas and strapped with a post, so I hope that you have this.
Greetings, I am Shantae N. Fuller, and it is an honor to serve as the Pacific Regional Director. The Zeta legacy shines brightly in the phenomenal Pacific region because we continue to uphold the principles established 105 years ago by our 5 pearls and embracing the extraordinary power of she. By being intentional with co-hosting cross-regional webinars focused on Black maternal health and elder care and caregiver burnout, we have fostered a spirit of collaboration and shared knowledge. We are committed to being our sister's keeper and a friend to man when natural disasters occur, supporting you as veterans, or honoring Zeta Crystal Doves through the region's Adopt a Zeta Crystal Dove initiative. Our region, states, chapters, and auxiliaries have hosted informative and enlightening webinars and activities covering crucial topics such as reparations, lobbying 101, and mental health awareness. Our commitment to working with community partners and local governments, in addition to our D9 counterparts, has further strengthened our collective impact. So happy 105th Founders Day from the phenomenal Pacific region, comprising of the states of Alaska, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Idaho, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Washington, and the countries of Japan and South Korea. May we continue to make trailblazing and transformational impacts in the lives of others through scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood.
I am L'Oreal Georgetown of the Upsilon Phi chapter at Columbia University, and I am one of the International Undergraduate Directors. I am proud to be living the legacy of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Our esteemed founders entrust me to carry the legacy by advocating for the sorority-based and professional interests and aspirations of my fellow undergraduates whenever possible, and I am honored that I have the privilege to do so. The legacy continues, and I am the founders' wildest dreams. Happy Founders Day!
Greetings, Sorors, and happy Founders Day. My name is Jamil Becton, Alpha Mu Zeta chapter of Little Rock, Arkansas, and I am Zeta.
Greetings, my name is Vicki Pearson, and it is my honor and pleasure to serve as the Southeastern Regional Director. The Zeta legacy continues in the Southeastern region because we exemplify and embody the ideals of our beloved Zeta. Scholarship through our Regional Scholarship Program and our annual donation to the Zeta National Educational Foundation. Service delivered through our extraordinary Power of She projects, collaborating with partners like Black Health Matters. Sisterhood, pulling together to support each other through the hurricanes that devastated our region. And finer womanhood, celebrating the 90th anniversary of the region with a focus on our past regional directors and their amazing contributions to our advancement. So from the second to none sorors and auxiliaries of the Bahamas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Virgin Islands. Happy 105th Founders Day to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. May your Z-Phi remain oh so sweet.
My name is Bonnie Belford, and I'm a Zeta.
I am Kenya L. Washington, the South Central Regional Director of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. The Zeta legacy continues in the South Central region because we are living the dream of our five pearls. Their vision of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood remains the foundation of our region's excellence and impact. The South Central region continues to implement the extraordinary power of she, demonstrating our unwavering dedication to social change and community enrichment. Under social justice, we have hosted a 4-part social action series with 3 regions of Phi Beta Sigma, organized a presidential debate watch party, and partnered with the Midwest region to conduct a multi-state voter registration drive. Under health justice, we have collaborated with Phi Beta Sigma chapters to host healthy living events. We've promoted physical wellness through cardio, strength, and flexibility challenges. We've organized a region-wide birth equity community baby shower. And last but not least, under economic justice, We were the first region to implement Women Who Win programming for small businesses. We've raised awareness about domestic violence for adults and youth. We've partnered with other sororities to address social and health barriers affecting women in our communities. As we celebrate this Founders Day and the milestones achieved across the South Central region, we remain committed to living the dream of our founders by continuing to lead with scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. May we always honor their legacy by exemplifying the extraordinary power of she. Thank you, South Central. Together, we are stronger, finer, and ready for the future. From Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee, happy 105th Founders Day.
From the time of our president, triumphant founder, Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, we have been led by finer women of distinction. That's right. Our president is responsible for leading our organization. So let's take time to honor the leaders of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. It is an extraordinary honor to stand before you today and introduce a woman of unmatched vision, dedication, and excellence, a trailblazer who has elevated leadership to an art form and service to a calling. She is a dynamic force, a powerful voice, and an unwavering advocate for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority's ideals of service, scholarship, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. Under her leadership, Zeta continues to thrive as a movement, a legacy that inspires and uplifts communities across the globe. Dr. Grant's passion for service, her commitment to education, and her relentless pursuit of excellence reminds us what is possible when purpose meets determination. Please join me in giving a thunderous welcome to the international president and CEO of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the incomparable Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant.
What an incredible 105-year celebration of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. My name is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, and I have the honor of being our international president and CEO. As you've been listening to all of the tributes to our 5 courageous founders who were young college co-eds on January 16, 1920, when they set out to blaze a new trail ahead, to be torchbearers, that we get to be the torchbearers of their legacy as we constantly keep in front of us their charge to us as members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, our Zeta Amici, our youth affiliates, our Zeta Male Network, and of course, always celebrating the constitutional bond that we have with our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. They knew that scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood would bind us together in the work that we do to serve our communities. They were clear that in 1920, they needed to speak up and speak out against the societal ills of the day. They understood the assignment that was given to them that I believe was a divine assignment. And because they stayed true to that mission, we sit 105 years later, still speaking up and speaking out for those who do not have a voice, those who need our advocacy now more than ever. So their legacy continues as we are torchbearers of a legacy. And that allows us to embrace the extraordinary power of she, advocating for social justice, health justice, and economic justice globally. We're extremely proud of the work that we continue to do through our advocacy, whether it be our Zeta Day on the Hill or the past election 2024 outreach, galvanizing communities to register to vote, educating them on what's important on the ballot, and mobilizing them to get to the polls. We're proud of our nonpartisan work that we have done with all of our partners to ensure that it's not just about the presidential election, but it's also the down ballot elections that happen in state to state, community to community, whether it's your school board, whether it is your local government, that you are involved with helping the community to understand how to advocate for resources that everyone should have access to. And with that, we expanded our work with the National Council of Negro Women, with the NAACP, with the Urban League, with the Black Women's Roundtable, with Win with Black Women and all of their nonpartisan work, just to name a few, because we understand as we work with our members of the Divine Nine, we are stronger together. And together, we made a statement in this past election, and together we'll continue to make sure we're totally locked in on the issues that affect particularly the women in our community, but all of our families, so that everyone has access to the American dream. And because we are an organization of first, we're also proud that we are the first organization amongst the D9 sororities to have both our Zetas in Action, our 501c4, and our new PAC, the Pearls Pact, to make sure that we can extend our advocacy and outreach with our social justice efforts. We're also thrilled that as we continue to advocate for health justice, and proud of our long-standing work that we have done in this area, particularly with one of the oldest partnerships with the March of Dimes, advocating for healthy moms and healthy babies, and our Stork's Nest programs that have provided so many resources for young mothers as they are journeying through one of the most important parts of their lives. And with the launch of our new Zeta Health Think Tank, we are able to expand and strengthen the partnerships that we have with organizations like St. Jude, like American Cancer Society, American Heart Association, American Diabetes Association, our work with Zetas Have Heart, and partnerships with Girl Trek, Alzheimer's, mental health, domestic violence, and the list goes on, because we are aware that your health is truly your wealth. And of course, we are proud as the first D9 organization to have an international chapter in Monrovia, Liberia, and our health justice work continues there as we've given over $100,000 worth of investment in cancer prevention through breast cancer research and treatment that we are providing for those in the community of Monrovia, Liberia, and expanding that. And we're looking at how we can continue to expand the work even that we're doing with organizations like St. Jude, who are also international and providing resources for those who have to deal with a diagnosis of their child having a childhood cancer or disease. So we're proud of the philanthropy work that we have done in the health justice space, but also the education that we have provided in order to have policy changes that really affect the needs of our community. So through RZ Hope, we will continue to do our community needs assessments. We will continue to make sure that we are advocating for those who don't have access and opportunity to do it for themselves. And we are thrilled that with our partnerships and strengthening those partnerships, we're causing new opportunities to transform communities globally. We're going to continue our economic justice efforts, and we're thrilled that we have launched our Women Who Win initiative that will provide economic mobility for intergenerational wealth throughout our organization and the communities that we serve through our partnerships with organizations like Prudential, JP Morgan Chase, Small Business Administration, Minority Business Development Agency, the Boss Network, just to name a few. And we're bringing on one of our newest partners in the work of economic justice, and that's NARAB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. And we're proud for our young youth affiliates to be exposed to World of Money, founded by one of our own members. So we're thrilled that we get to continue this work together with organizations that understand that economic mobility is one of the key ways to make sure that communities transform their trajectory for future generations. So we are thankful to all of our partners like Black Health Matters, who is working with us on the ground to make sure we're getting information out so it touches on the health justice piece, but also the economic parity to make sure that we have what we need to be successful. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated is extremely proud of our work in this health justice space. And thanks to other partners like Black Health Matters, we continue to expand our reach and to make sure that we truly are advocating for the policy and the access for healthy families throughout every community that we serve. And our economic justice will continue to move forward with our Women Who Win initiative, as we understand entrepreneurship to be one of the most foundational ways to create intergenerational wealth and to provide resources for our communities. With our partnerships, we're expanding our economic justice efforts, working with organizations like the Small Business Administration, working with Prudential, JP Morgan Chase, WeBack. We also are proud of signing off with our D9 sister organizations with the Minority Business Development Agency. And we are thrilled that the economic justice work is not just for our adult members, but we have World of Money that we are partnering with for our youth affiliates to ensure that they grow up with healthy practices that they're including as they plan a life ahead post their careers of school and moving on to college and beyond. How do they become responsible citizens as early as their teenage years? So this work that we do as an organization is in the fiber of everything that our members do, our amici, our youth affiliates, our Zeta Male Network, in supporting how we transform communities, honoring the vision of our 5 founders. What they set out to do was to blaze a new path forward. They understood what it meant to partner with our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, hence making us the only constitutionally bound organizations, because that is the unit that we operate from throughout the diaspora. So as we continue the next 105 years, we will continue to hold high our torches, honoring our 5 pearls, understanding that they would have had no idea how far and wide we have grown as an organization thanks to their vision. So we honor them today, and I honor each of you for the work that you're doing to transform the lives of all the communities we serve in the United States of America and across 12 countries across the globe. Thank you for joining this celebration. And final women, be proud, because we have made our mark, made our founders proud, and the best is yet to come.
by his love. I shall be taught the way to him I know. He knows my soul, so we get blind, so full of fears, a mortal mind, and he will lead, and I shall find the way to him I know. Guides my steps, and he knows best. He will not harm when he is led. So good night. I'll take my rest. Sweet rose, there's grown.
It has truly been an honor and a privilege to guide you through this celebration of our legacy. It has been a joy to serve as your mistress of ceremony today as we gather to honor and reflect on the importance of legacy in our sisterhood. Together, as proud members of this extraordinary organization, we recommit ourselves to keeping the vision of our honorable founders alive in all that we do. A special thank you to everyone who made this year's global virtual celebration a success. Our dedicated headquarters team, the Founders Day Committee, and of course, all of you, the phenomenal women of Finer Womanhood. Your passion, participation, and unwavering commitment ensures that our legacy not only lives on, but continues to thrive. As we live the legacy established by our 5 pearls, let us always remember we are because they were. Now, as we prepare to close this beautiful celebration, I invited some of my sisters to join me in singing our cherished Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated hymn. Sorors, let us raise our Zeta lights high as we come together in unity, in pride, to sing the song that binds us as one sisterhood. Let us lift our voices and let the legacy continue to shine.
With fervent hearts, we pray for you, Zeta, each day. You've always we will love you ever and forsake you never.
When Zeta calls, we'll answer one and all. Zeta Phi Beta, we love you so.
Your very name says
our hearts aglow. You're brave, and you will see that Zeta Phi Beta means victory.